My name is Matt Tichenal, and this is my video for the application for the Praxis program. So the first question is, who are you and what's your story? So I already said my name, and my story is, I guess, can start when I headed to college for the first time to study physics. I studied physics for 3 years, and then decided that it wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, the track that I was headed down. So I changed my major to biological engineering, and that was in my senior year, and everything just was moving way too fast, including me on my bike, and I got in a bike accident that sort of changed my whole perspective on the world. In my life and how I wanted to go about it, and so I decided to drop out of school and move to Hawaii to learn how to farm. And so I did that for 3 years or so, and then moved to Boulder, Colorado, where I met a girl, and then later we brought a new life into this world, and I'm needing to go back to school to get a better paying job so I can support my family. And I was hoping that Praxis would be a fast track into a career where I'm making more money, and I can start building that career sooner than having to go back through school. And then a lot of the stuff's going to be outdated, and I'm going to have to do a lot of extra work to set myself apart. But I think Praxis will really be an effective way to set myself apart. So the next question is, what's the hardest thing you ever worked on? Well, when I was in my third year of a physics degree, I took a full year of quantum mechanics, and we had 4-hour-long midterms, and it was very complicated, tough things, but I got through the math. But I really loved the concepts. That was the part that really kept me and drove me through the part of my degree that I went through. So what value would you bring to a business? So I have really good problem solving skills from my time in physics degree, and I have a diverse background, very friendly and personable, and hardworking and passionate. And I think those are really good qualities that can be brought to any business or any team. What's the biggest difference between you and your peers in high school or college? So my peers in college, a lot of them are just coming out of high school. And our education system is sort of set up to just teach kids to memorize and regurgitate on the paper, and I never liked doing that or saw what the point of doing that was. And so my goal had always been in education, it was to learn, and especially when I went to college, that was my main goal, and that process is very helpful in learning new concepts or problem solving in new situations. And so that's a big difference that sets me apart, and would make me a really good candidate for the Praxis program. What was the last time you changed a belief, and what was it? So I guess recently I've been thinking about a lot of problems in the world and the best ways to solve them. And originally I was thinking that informing the most amount of people was the best way to do that. But I'm realizing that it's really about the process, and people need to develop that process, and that the best we can do to help that process is just to try, follow it to its conclusion and act from the information, and lead by example in that manner rather than trying to inform everyone or get upset at them because they're not informed. But really just taking control of your life and leading by example is the way we're really going to make some change in this world. So my favorite philosopher slash thinker is Buckminster Fuller. He made a great deal of contributions and had a great passion for making humanity, or the world, a better place for humanity, for all in humanity. And I strive for the same goals. And I also liked his ideas on the geodesic dome and isometric vector equilibrium. And what would I do with $1 million? So I would first start off by buying some land in Hawaii, and then finding the right people with the right skills and passions to come together and start to utilize open source ecology to build some infrastructure on the land, to build a permaculture farm, an eco retreat, and an education center, and develop educational material for people to be able to do the same. So yeah, that's what I would do with $1 million, and that's a little bit about me. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about you guys. Have a good night.